we're waiting for this to load, why don't we chat a little bit? How's everyone doing today? Awesome. You guys having a good con? Yeah? Who's been to SunnyCon before? Woo! Welcome back. And first timers? Yeah! Who is at an anime convention for the first time ever? Wow, a bunch of you guys. Welcome. What do you think so far? Having fun? Yeah? Good times? Awesome. Well, I'm Bryce Papenbrook, if you guys don't know. I'm a voice actor. I've kind of grown up around the industry. You might have heard me in a couple of things. I talk quite a bit these days. I'm the voice of Reno Kumura in Blue Exorcist. The voice of Kirito in Sword Art Online. And Aaron Yeager in Attack on Titan. And Wikipedia knows all the rest, so there's quite a list that I've built up. Yay, Wikipedia! So, what I am loading right now is a web series that I'm a part of, and it's really fun because most of my work is in front of a microphone. So I'm not used to being on camera, which I'm on camera right now. I'm not used to being on camera. It's sort of like a different beast almost. Like, I'm not sure what to do with my hands in front of the camera, so it's kind of interesting. I have had a little bit of experience in front of the camera from when I was much younger. I was in this commercial, and it played in the US. This must have been 12, 13, 14 years ago. It was a while ago. But I grew up doing martial arts, and this was a commercial that had martial arts in it. There was this anti-smoking campaign that ran in the US, and it was one of those kind of commercials where basically like there were two people taking a black belt test, and the guy smoked and the girl didn't, and the guy was all out of breath and the girl did great. Well, I wasn't even one of those two people. They had me come in to spar with the girl that was taking her black belt test, and when I did that, I actually sparred with her. So I was trained in Muay Thai. I'd been competing at the time, so I kind of took it easy on her. And there was a guy playing the referee, and he goes, "Break!" So I put my hands down and I go to shake her hand, and right when I did that, she kicked me in the face. Like full on kicked me in the face. And that's what they used in the commercial. Like slow motion Rocky style. Like all you see is this. And that's it. That's my experience in front of the camera. It was really cool to get back in front of the camera again and not get kicked in the face. Alright, we are connecting to the internet. So, I'll give you a little background on this web series. It was created by a voice actress and her husband you might have heard of. Her name is Sherry Lee. She plays Asuna in Sword Art Online. And we were at a convention together, and we were actually headed to a Sword Art panel. I was there first, and she was late. And she comes in sort of distraught, and I was like, "Sherry, what happened?" And she goes, "If anyone says that you're my brother, just agree with them. You're my brother, okay?" I'm like, what are you talking about? And she's like, "I ran into this girl, and she said, so where's your brother?" And Sherry has a brother that's not an actor, and she's like, "Oh, he's back home in Texas." And he's back home in Texas, and she's like, No, Bryce, your brother." And Sherry started laughing. She's like, "Oh, Bryce isn't my brother. You know, we are in a lot of shows together, but we're not related." And very seriously, this girl goes, "No, he's your brother." So her reaction is, "Of course he's my brother. How could I forget? He's waiting for me on the panel." And this girl was very serious about that. So, out of that story, we were talking about it in the car on the way home from the con, and her husband John was like, "That is hilarious that happened. You know, there's all these stories that Sherry tells from these conventions," and he's like, "Someone should make a show out of this stuff." And Sherry and I looked at each other and we're like, "Yeah, why don't you do it?" And he's like, "Okay," and he did. So he wrote a script for it, and we threw it up on Kickstarter, and we got funded. And we shot this in Los Angeles, in Dallas, and also at a convention in Sacramento with a crowd, like an audience, a live audience there, which was really, really fun. It was kind of crazy shooting a web series like this with a live crowd. Yeah, let's do that. So I think, you know, I'll let it speak for itself. You might recognize some other people on this show. I'm just gonna pop this open. And this will be fun. Come on, internet.
Welcome to St. James Park Wi-Fi.
Yeah, seriously. Hold on 1 second. Go away. Thing. I'm gonna let it load for a second, and I'm gonna turn the audio up a little bit. Hey guys, can you bump the audio a little bit on this?
We're working on it.
Working on it. Okay, starting it over and go. There we go. Enjoy.
Out of the communists that proposed tenure plan is absolutely absurd. I'm gonna make you like a baby lamb. Sir, put down the cardboard crossbow.
What the heck is happening?
I don't know. It's like the convention's lost its mind.
Reese, you have to get them to stop.
I don't know what to do. I can't do anything. We need backup. In main event song, we got the beginning of the cosplay massacre on our hands. You see it lovingly smooth.
It's a man.
This is what cons are like in America.
I hate that.
Not as much as I hate your perfectly fluffed hair.
Oh, this headpiece takes over 2 hours to get for a couple of feelings on my hair.
Well, it shows. People notice.
Thank you.
Welcome. Now, I'm gonna break your face.
Go ahead. Can't possibly be any worse than that botched plastic surgery between your own wax tiger.
Now, do I hate Mickey Malcolm? Of course not. Nothing could be further from the truth. I idolize him. It was actually Mickey Malcolm's performance in the high school glee club that inspired me to want to be a voice actor.
Oh, Riley, you said he sounded like a pompous British asshat?
Hey, Reese,
Who's that?
shut your stupid fat face.
That's not a very funny joke.
So yeah, I have nothing but amazing things to say to him because honestly, I am so grateful. He's such an inspiration, and if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be the star of my own shows like Sword Sketch Internet or Pixie Tale or Sailor Meteor or Spirit Muncher or Sergeant Toad.
Hey, I'm in all those shows too. It's so funny because Riley and I are the stars in all the same shows, and
Well, correction, I mean I'm the star. You're like the nerdy friend or magical talking dog.
or pirate sidekick. Arr, we'll make you walk the plank this time, Groovy.
Great. The bottom line is that I have nothing but wonderful things to say about Mickey Malcolm. Nothing but the best, most amazing, glowing, wonderful, lovely, awesomely awesomeness things.
What's the matter, boo? You know what? Oh, don't be sour.
I bought you a kimono. You never wear the kimono. Do you think Belton John would say no to a kimono? I think not.
Darling, they're gorgeous. They're just not my style.
No, of course not. Obnoxious red robes are your style. I've told you 1,000 times it's too loud for the AM. And really, it should only be worn before or after passionate lovemaking.
Hello. What do you think we were doing 20 minutes ago?
I was putting my face on. I don't know what you were doing.
Oh, you loved it.
Barely. Sir, did you say you wanted the latest best design with or without the V embroidery? With. Always with. The B is the brand. Good God, Joseph, you're impossible. Yes, with the embroidery.
Aren't you going to wish me luck? I'm meeting with Don Howard this afternoon to talk about being the lead in his next film.
Oh, yes, break an ankle or whatever. Just don't wear orange. You'll look like a giant carrot.
Walk in the park, Joseph!
Coming! Coming!
what life would be like without him. You know, it's so nice being with someone who isn't enamored of the effervescent glow of fame. He keeps me grounded, and I need that.
Is he giving you that following you is my everything bit? Don't listen to him, it's full of horseshit.
Barty.
My bag of horseshit. Oh, I almost forgot. Scarlett called and wants you to drop by her office to talk about it.
I told her I'm done with conventions. I'm a film actor now.
Don't shoot the messenger. Just make sure you talk to her. Alright? I'm Ghost. You aren't planning on shaving, right? You're starting to look like a lumberjack and you do not look good in plaid. I found the car keys, Joseph. Good God, you're stupid, right?
He's my everything.
Vinny, look, I've told you we do not do appearances for less than 15K. We just don't.
I would. Tell him that I would.
I've got both Bab and Flocks in tow, proceeding to the parking lot.
No, I don't care if it's our hometown. We don't do discounts.
In town? Come on.
All right, guys, come on, let's move it. Bab and Flock twins, coming through now.
Jimmy, you don't need to let everyone know that we're here.
But you are here.
Yes. Yes, I know that. But they do... Okay, let's just use a little discretion.
The Bab and Flock twins are not here. Nothing to see here, people.
Jimmy, just don't announce us, okay? Besides, there's only one Bab and Flock. One of us chose not to keep the ridiculous last name. I am Star. Riley Star. Got it?
Why should I call you that? You don't call me the enforcer?
You are gonna call me whatever I tell you to call me, okay? Just go enforce something, you lumphead! No, Vinny, final answer, we're not doing it, okay? No, Vinny, okay, fine, yeah. No, we're on our way. Just, we gotta go see Vinny. He's got us in the books for Texas Academy.
Yes, that's great. We've been heading back to Arlington since we made it big with Pixie Tail. Fans are gonna be so happy to see us.
Yeah, they sure will. Yeah, it's just gonna be peaches and ice cream. But the thing is, like, they're only offering half of our appearance fee, and Vinny said he's not willing to push for more, so I just...
Sure, he's got a good reason.
Yeah, look, Reese, I know that you want to play Santa Claus and say yes to anybody who wants to pay us in rainbows and lollipops and hugs, but the thing of it is, we can't do that at this point in our career. Mickey Malcolm is in our sights. We are at a different plateau, and I am not willing to slow down just... What I mean is, we cannot be willing to slow down at this point in our career to be nice, okay? So, I just need you to let me handle the business side of things, and then you do whatever it is that, you know, you do. Okay?
Okay. I've got a granny at 9 o'clock with a cane and a stalker's gaze. What's your 20?
Who's he talking to?
I don't know. That thing doesn't even work. He found it in the garbage a week ago.
Get down!
What?
Requesting immediate assistance. We are under attack.
Jimmy!
I am the enforcer. Let me do my job. Riley, stop.
Knock it off!
No, you don't understand. You are in danger.
No, I'm
Well, there you have it, episode 1 of CONfessionals. Okay, we won't jump to episode 2 quite yet. Stop. And go in. Boom. You guys like it? Yeah! Awesome. Awesome. So, episode 2 has been released on YouTube, and episode 3 has been released in this Facebook group called Anime Unlocked. So I highly recommend that you guys go check it out. It was a really fun show to work on. There's a lot more cameos from voice actors. What do you guys think of J. Michael Tatum's fake British accent? It's good. He's really good. He's better than me. He's definitely got a good one. I really loved all the names of the characters, like John, who plays the enforcer, Jimmy. He was the writer of the show, and he just made fun of people's names. So my character's name is Reese Papenbrook. Sounds kind of similar to Bryce Papenbrook. I like it. I like it. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm just gonna kind of open up a Q&A now. Yeah, why don't we start right here?
This is a shipping, so get ready.
And straight to the shipping.
Yes.
All right, go for it.
Erin, who would you rather get with out of them all?
Oh, who do I want to ship Erin with?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like you have to know this answer. It's saved in my phone, some very explicit Erin X Levi. Who has seen all of Attack on Titan Season 2?
No.
Like, even the episode that came out, I think it was this morning. Did you guys, anyone get up early and watch it? Awesome! I did too. I couldn't help myself. I had to see what was gonna happen next. Yeah, really, really crazy last episode. I'm excited to go in and record for that in the next couple weeks. It's gonna be super intense. But I think you were telling me yesterday, Season 3, which I heard a rumor is coming next year, fingers crossed, it'll delve into more Erin Levi stuff. So I'm hoping to get more scenes off Matthew Mercer. That'll be really fun. And the ship will continue to sail.
Hi. Out of all the characters that you've ever voiced, who do you think has the most boring personality?
The most boring personality? I don't know. I voiced a lot of crazy people. It can't be Staz. Staz isn't boring. Staz is awesome. Wow, what do you guys think? Who's the most boring character that I've voiced? That's a tough one. You still say Staz? I mean, Staz takes shots of holy water. And what was the blooper? I think kicks the... Go watch the bloopers for Blood Lad. They're amazing. Man, I'm trying to think of who's just kind of boring. I mean, I've played quite a few people that like are just random background people, and you never get to know their personality, so that I'll just assume that they're kind of boring. Wow, but one doesn't stand out from the pack. Each character that I voice kind of has their own personality and their own things that are sort of interesting. So it's kind of hard to pick one that's the most boring. Yeah, whoever's next.
Out of all the animes you've worked on, which one's your favourite?
I got this question yesterday. I think I get this at every panel I've done, and I always cop out of answering it. It's really tough to book work as a voice actor. So I'm thankful for every role that I've been cast in. And I've been really fortunate to book a bunch of really awesome characters. So I can't really pick one over another. And they all kind of exist somewhere in my mind, and I don't want to make them angry.
You mentioned yesterday you were a massive Dragon Ball fan.
Yeah.
If there is any character that you would like to voice from Dragon Ball, or who is your favourite character from Dragon Ball?
Yeah, I really like Trunks. I mean, I think that would have been awesome to be able to voice him. And with the new Dragon Ball series coming out, you never know if there'll be a role that I can get tossed into. I'd be happy just playing anybody. And just being part of that show. So you never know. Fingers crossed.
From playing Caesar in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, what would you say would be your best performance from playing that character?
Like my favorite part?
Yeah, your favorite part.
I mean, the end. Who has not seen any of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? Okay, so I'll describe it to you. It's bizarre. It's way over the top and crazy. I play this character named Caesar Zeppeli, who is Italian, and the Italian accent that I use is not an authentic Italian accent. I told this story yesterday when I got the audition for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I was watching Family Guy, and it was the episode where Peter is pretending to be Italian, and he's just like, like real terrible Italian accent, and that was my inspiration for Caesar, which actually worked perfectly for the show. So there's a moment towards the end of Caesar's sort of arc where he's screaming out to JoJo. Might as well do that line, it's kind of loud. And then it echoes as he screams this. Ready? Here's my terrible Italian accent. JoJo! This is the last of my hamon! Take it from me! Take it from me! Take it from Thanks.
If all the characters you voiced were in a battle royale, who do you think would win?
Oh, I mean, hold on. First, and I always answer this, inside a game or outside a game, because one of my characters is, it's very different inside a game versus outside a game.
He's not bad out of the game.
I mean,
So
out of the
outside
game,
because most of them
Kirito,
are out of the game.
outside. Yeah, I mean, a little bit better, but compared to other people, he'd just be wiped out super fast. So outside the game, Kirito can't cheat, so he's dead first. Now we got like Meliodas, yeah, super overpowered. We got Rino Kumara, the son of Satan. We got Eren Yeager, pure rage, Titan power. We got Staz, otaku vampire that's using DBZ-like moves. Wow. We got Nagito, who's so lucky all the attacks just like fly past him. He like just can't get hit because everyone just happens to miss. I don't know, I feel like the most overpowered characters, and it's kind of hard to answer because I haven't seen the full range of their powers, are either Meliodas or Rino Kumara. But Cat Noir also has like a lot of power. Like he has that like cataclysm, but he might run out of power.
He's got the power of puns.
He does have the power of puns. Wow, I don't know, that's a tough one, because I haven't seen how powerful Meliodas is, because it's still going, and how powerful Rino Kumara will become. Shiro Emiya also is pretty overpowered. I've played a lot of overpowered characters. I mean, and then you have Red from Pokemon Origins, who has all the Pokemon. So yeah,
that's not him fighting by himself, though, is it?
That's true. That's true. So he would get beat up pretty fast then. Yeah. And then all the characters I've played in video games too. It all depends on how many, like, how high you've leveled them up. Because if it's like at the start of the game, they're pretty weak. But if they're like maxed out, like they're pretty indestructible. So I don't know. That'd be an amazing battle to watch. There'd be a lot of yelling for sure.
Yeah.
You've played a lot of voice actors that like scream a lot. Which one would you think was the one that like strained your voice the most?
Yeah, it's probably between Eren and Kirito. The screams in both of those shows are really intense, and like, I mean, Rino Kumara screams a lot too, but it's a different kind of scream. Like, I feel like I put this haze on my voice for Eren and Kirito, and it strains me much more. When we were recording Sword Art Online, we would save the last 15 minutes of every episode and every recording session just to scream. So they were really intense. Another like kind of session that really just annihilates your voice is military games. So I worked on Call of Duty Ghosts. Has anyone played that? It's like the Call of Duty that came out just a few years back. And they rank how loud you should be, where like 1 is there's battle happening somewhere, you know, a mile away. 2, like there's people fighting within vision. 3, there's a guy firing a gun right next to you and you're screaming over that. And 4, there's like mortar that's exploded right in front of you and you're screaming over that. Well, all my lines were 3s and 4s. So I was screaming at the top of my lungs for multiple hours. And it sounds awesome, but you leave those sessions like, yeah, thanks guys, that was great. In Call of Duty, awesome. But they're really tough on your voice. So I think like one of those military sessions or Kirito and Aaron.
Yeah, you said earlier that you would like to voice Trunks if you ever got the chance to. Is there any other anime characters in particular that you would like to voice if you got the chance, even if they're already voiced by someone else?
I mean, it's, you know, there's a reason I think that you're not cast in particular roles, because maybe there's another actor that sounds too similar to you, or your voice doesn't mesh in a particular way, or there's just someone that's better for the character. So it's hard, you know, to kind of attach myself to another role. I mean, are there other parts that I would like to play? Yeah, there's tons. There's a lot of really awesome shows out there. But I'm just sort of thankful for the characters that I've been cast as. I mean, I think if there was, you know, one that stands out, I mean, I would have loved to play like, like a random character. Like, who's seen Kill la Kill? So you know the little dog Guts that just goes like Guts, Guts, Guts? Like, that would have been awesome to play, like a character like that. But yeah, it's hard to say. I try not to, you know, fall in love with any particular character, because most of the time you're not gonna get cast as them. So it's hard to say. But maybe like a little goofy character like that would have been fun.
Hi, Bryce. Question.
Yes.
Ad, Henry, or Vin, who would win in a fight? And also, can you say it's time to start? It's time to begin the experiment in Ad's voice.
Yeah, sure. So, Ad, Henry, and Rin. I don't know. I mean, they're like Rin is so happy some of the time. Henry and Ad are just insane. So they have that like insane factor going for them. But of course with them, it would depend on how leveled up Henry and Ad were. My characters fighting each other it's really tough. I mean, they're fighting each other in my mind. So I'll have to wait and tell you who wins. Who do you think would win? Ad? I mean, Ad is pretty overpowered. And here's what he sounds like. It's time to start the experiment. Thanks.
This is a request that I'd like you to say.
Okay, uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah, you know kind of what's coming. In Aaron's voice, obviously.
Okay.
Levi, I like your sword.
Oh, the ship is so strong. Like Levi. Levi, I like your sword.
Out of all the animes that you've watched, which one's like your favourite opening song?
Oh, favorite opening song. You know, it's interesting, like, whenever I get cast in a show, I'll play the opening song just, like, on repeat and just, like, get pumped up to begin working on it. I did that, like, with the opening for Attack on Titan, just, like, over and over and over. I really like the Attack on Titan opening. The first one with the, that's the only line I know. So yeah, I think Attack on Titan has gotta be my favorite.
Can you speak in a British accent?
Oh, not well.
Can you do it though? Like right now?
Like, do you have like a, you know, this is so funny. I have some cousins that live in Manchester, and I did the MCM Comic-Con in Manchester, and I had a panel up there, and someone asked the same thing, and I could see them in the audience. And as I did my British accent, they like slid down in their chairs like to hide because they were so embarrassed. You know, different voice actors are good at different things. Accents are not my strong suit. So why don't you say something and I'll try to repeat it.
Can you say, get in the bunker, I've got crumpets.
It's gonna be so bad. Get in the bunker, I've got crumpets. And everyone goes, I need to work on my British accent. You'd think I'd be able to pick it up after being to the UK so many times, but I haven't.
Hi, do you have a favorite Cat Noir line?
It's gotta be like a cheesy cat pun. I mean, also like the classic ones that he says every episode, like, plan, close out! Like, those are fun. Wow. Do you have a favorite one? Can you help me out? That was a cat pun. Do you have one? No? It's hard to remember the lines. Like, when we go in there and record this stuff, we don't have any sort of table read or any sort of preparation. So when I step into the booth, I see the script for the first time and I say those words as that character for the very first time. And sometimes I just try to live in the moment of recording, and I'll leave the booth after and I'll just be like, what just happened? So it's really hard sometimes to pinpoint something very specific that I've said. But yeah, I think just, you know, the main lines that he does every episode. We'll see if the cat puns get cheesier in season 2. Fingers crossed.
You said, like, Peter from Family Guy doing an Italian accent inspired Caesar. Are there other kind of inspirations like that that inspire voices, or do you just get a picture, look at it, and just sort of say what comes to mind?
I mean, it all depends. Sometimes I just go with my gut to create a voice. Sometimes there are, like, voices that are inspired by other characters. I would say, like, Henry from Fire Emblem is very much Evil Elmo inspired. I would say, like, there's other characters, like, you might hear little moments of, like, SpongeBob-esque sounds coming out of Meliodas. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, a lot of the times I'll just look at the character and look at the picture and try to come up with something that I think sounds interesting and sounds like it could come from that character's mouth. But yeah, we'll see if other characters in the near future have some inspiration from other actors.
I know you probably get asked this a lot, because I've watched like different Q&As of people asking you to say this, but in Aaron's voice, can you say Levi looks dead sexy in the miniskirt?
The miniskirt line. So I have to tell the story behind it. I was in Australia, and I was at an autograph session, and this very sort of shy Australian girl comes up and says, "Can you say a line for me?" And I'm like, "Of course." And she's like, "Can you say it as Aaron Yeager?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what would you like me to say?" And then she drops the "Levi looks dead sexy in a miniskirt." So immediately I look her straight in the eye and say, "Levi looks dead sexy in a miniskirt." Oh, the ship is so strong. Yes, Stas?
Out of all your characters, which one was the easiest to get into character for in anime?
I think, like, my personality is very similar to Rino Kumura when he's sort of happy. I feel like when like a lot of my actual personality comes through as Rin. So it's kind of easy to step back into his shoes. And actually, I was so fortunate that the show came back for season 2 after 5 years. The movie was like a present, and like I just feel like it's another gift to be able to go back into the booth and record as him again. Every time I get to record as Rin, I leave with a huge smile. Like season 2, there's been moments where we've been laughing so hard that like I start crying. It's just been an amazing time recording as him. So I think stepping back into the booth as Rin is relatively easy for me to get back into it.
Hello?
Hi!
Hi! Can you say a line for me in Aaron's voice?
Is this another shipping line? Or do you want to know like one of my favorite lines?
No, can you say the time has come to lip sync for your life in Aaron's voice?
What is this referring to? The time has come to lip sync for your life. I have no idea what that means.
It's from Drag Race.
From what?
RuPaul's Drag Race.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Hi.
Hi.
So, I was wondering if you could maybe give us some insight into the simul-dubbing process. Like, for example, how much time there is between actually recording the episodes and them being released.
Yeah, it's really crazy, and I think Funimation is probably the only company in the world that can do simuldubs the way that they do, because they're such a massive company. So for you guys who don't know, a simuldub, that means it's released in Japan, and then immediately after they start work on the episode in English. So it's really insane how fast they turn it around. Literally, an episode will be shown, then the writers will get the episode and they'll turn around a script within a few days and start prepping the episode for recording. So before the actors come in to record on an episode, they time code it, they translate it, then they have pure translation from Japanese to English, but if they don't adapt it, it's going to look like Godzilla, because some things in Japanese are maybe 1 syllable or 10 syllables, and it might just mean hi. So they don't want it to look like this. Hi. You know, you want it to look proper, so a writer will go in and adapt each line, one by one. Then once they have the script, all the actors have to come in on their own, one by one, and record each line. Then it's shot to engineers and mixers who take all of those lines and mix them together so you can't tell that each one is recorded differently. Also, for a show like Attack on Titan, I do Itty Bitty Aaron, Angsty Teenage Aaron, and Titan Aaron. So all of the screams you hear as Titan Aaron are me. But of course, they're adjusted and futzed by an engineer. To make them sound, you know, animalistic and crazy and almost like they have like almost like a raptor sort of sound. But I am doing the bass that they make those sounds out of. So each week we record a new episode. So I fly home very early tomorrow morning. I kind of go back in time, so I get home in the afternoon tomorrow, and then on Tuesday morning I record the next episode of Attack on Titan. So it's a pretty crazy schedule to turn it around like that, but they've managed to do it. One other interesting experience with this simuldub, Mike McFarlane, the director, who also plays Jean, he is in a studio in Dallas, Texas. I live in Los Angeles. I record from a studio in Los Angeles, and they patch us in. So an engineer is in LA, and an engineer is in Dallas, and they use this system called Source Connect. So the engineer is controlling my session, and they see as I'm recording live. Then they have those audio files, and they can adjust them and slide them a frame left or a frame right to make them fit perfectly. And Mike can give me instruction, but we're not in the same room together. So it's really challenging recording like that. But I think this season sounds awesome. But you know, there's a lot of hurdles to deal with those simuldubs. One thing that happens, you can't get sick. You can't leave town for more than a week. Because if you do, the show has to go on. So there was another simuldub that Funimation was doing called Tales of Zestria. Has anyone heard of that one? Awesome. So Robbie Damon, another great voice actor, he plays Saray. Robbie got really, really sick. So sick that his doctor said, you cannot talk. You can't work for a month. So they were scrambling and looking for another actor that sounded sort of in a similar range as Robbie, and they reached out to me and said, would you like to step in for Robbie for 4 episodes for the simuldub, and then he'll come back and replace you for the DVD release. And I did. I stepped in for him, and it was really interesting. It was like Asbel Lant guest stars on as Saray. And it was really interesting, but it's another challenge. Like, you don't want to be replaced halfway through a season. It's just, it would make the whole show sound strange. So you can't get sick and you can't be gone.
Hi there. I saw once on an anime DVD that the voice actors sometimes leave, I think the word they used was bombs for each other, like kind of bloopers to throw you off when you're recording. Has that ever happened to you, and if so, what's like the funniest one that you can think of?
I mean, I definitely bombed a lot of other people. I was working on this show, I'm trying to remember the name of it. A Lull in the Sea. Have you guys heard that? So, Sarah Williams, who plays Lisbeth in Sword Art Online, played another character across from me, and our characters start to sort of fall in love. And there's this really, like, touching scene, and they're speaking very quietly to each other. And right at like the pinnacle of the scene, I left the biggest F-bomb possible, just F you in there for her. I hope she enjoyed that. If you've seen the SAO bloopers, there's some really, really disgusting things that all of the actors said. Yeah, if you haven't seen them, you just don't even look it up. Go look it up. I think they might be on YouTube still. They're on YouTube. Go find them and watch them. They're really, really bad. But there were a ton of bombs that we left for each other in that show, in both seasons, that are really good.
This might sound like a really strange request. It's my niece's birthday next month.
Awesome.
So she would be like absolutely thrilled if you wished her a happy birthday in Catmull's voice, and if you'd like, I can give you my phone to do it.
Yeah, definitely. Come on up here. What's her name?
Her name is Katrina, but she likes to be called Trini.
Trini.
Yeah.
Is it on? Hello, Trini. This is Cat Noir, and I hope you have a perfect birthday. Cheesy cat pun, yes! Have a great one.
Hiya, I just want to say I'm a big fan, by the way, of all your roles, practically.
Thank you so much.
But I know this is probably not one of your most famous roles, but I know you voiced Ido in Vampire Night.
I did, yes.
And I wondered, how was it for you to voice like a more shoujo manga, anime, sorry, than a shonen? What did you think about that? Was it difficult?
I mean, the recording process for that show is very similar to a lot of the other programs that I've worked on. Ido is definitely a fun character. I mean, my favorite line at the beginning of the series, he walks into the school. He's this sort of attractive vampire. He walks into the school, and there's all these girls that are sort of like fangirling over him, and he just goes, bang. And it's just like slow motions, and they go, oh, It's amazing. And then he goes, bang, 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 because there's so many of them. It's great. You guys should all see it. But yeah, it's really fun playing that character.
Hiya.
Hi.
When you're recording, you said about yesterday with Tales of Graces, somebody took all of the times as Bella said protect and did a however long video of it.
Yeah.
And when you're recording anything, has there been any time where you said a line or a word so much that it's just lost all meaning to you?
I mean, I'm trying to think of a specific time, but there's definitely moments where you say something and then you're just like, wait, what am I talking about? What am I saying right now? It happens because you move pretty quickly and you don't see everything. So you only go through your particular lines. So sometimes you're jumping forward and you're just playing like an ancillary character and you say something about a story that you know nothing about and you just have to trust the director for them to sort of instruct you where you are. So sometimes you'll say a line and you'll just be like, I have no idea what I'm saying. Like, I don't know what that means. It definitely happens.
Hey, what's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you at a convention?
I don't know. I mean, I don't get embarrassed too easily. So I don't know. I mean, you see, I'm perfectly comfortable saying that Levi looks dead sexy in a miniskirt. So I don't get embarrassed too easily. So it's hard to say. I think I've been really fortunate that I haven't really had bad experiences or negative experiences at conventions. To be honest, like, it's amazing for me to come to these shows because I record in this soundproof box. And you never know if people are actually seeing what you're putting out there. So it's, you know, coming to a convention like this is like a voice actor's applause. So it's just amazing. Like the experiences have all been positive. So I can't pinpoint a moment that I was necessarily embarrassed. You know, have you guys seen any panels where I look like embarrassed? I don't know. I'm pretty laid back when it comes to that stuff, so yet to be seen. Maybe someone will embarrass me at some point. It might happen.
Can you wear this mask and say, what are you doing in my swamp in a Shrek accent?
Oh, yeah. And here it is, I called it. I don't think I can do Shrek's accent very well. So what is the line?
What are you doing in my swamp?
I'll do it first. No, you do it first and then I'll do it.
What are you doing in my swamp?
That's perfect.
Can you hear me? This makes my voice deep. I don't know why. Can I just run the rest of the panel like this? Is this normal? Ready? What are you doing in my swamp?
And I've destroyed the microphone. I got red. Oh wait, it's back. Here's your mask. Thanks for that.
I think we're running close to end of time now, maybe a teeny bit over. So I'm just gonna have this as the last question, okay?
That's funny. The microphone is telling me to stop talking.
I'll pass it and pass it.
If Nagito asked somebody to marry him, how would he do it and what would he say?
Nagito. I'll trade you. So he'd probably do something like this. Marry me. evil laughed and straight to the point. But she knows she ran away. And she's gone. Hi, you're back. Do we have time for any more? Or are you telling me to stop talking?
I'm gonna.
I get pulled off the stage now. Well, thank you guys so much. This was super fun. Again, I hope you like episode 1 of CONfessionals. Check out episode 2 and 3. So go join Anime Unlocked to see episode 3 and episode 2 on YouTube. I have one more autograph session at, I believe, 3 o'clock? Sounds right. So yeah, I hope to see you guys there. Thank you guys.